So I've been having some pretty interesting health conversations with AI. Sometimes he lies to me straight up, and I call him out and I'm like, come on, man, who you're talking to is vegetable police over here. I know your lies. But I want to tell you how I use it, how to fight it, and how to live. We won't get to the third thing.
Just let me be a monkey.
There are many reasons to be afraid of AI and not use it or support it in any way. It will replace us. It's already better. My friend asked me for some camera advice and I was like, I don't know. And he asked AI first and it was like, yep, this is your one. He said, wow. And I didn't even think of that camera. I never would have recommended him that. And I was like, yeah, I've been replaced already. So I get it. Humans are done for. Now here's how I've been using it. You know, back in the day, you feel a health symptom and you Google it and you're like, okay, what's this? And then you get a bunch of blog posts. Remember when blog posts used to show up in your search? Now it's just all you get is science from hospitals and it's just like mainstream everything. And it's like, God, how do you even find health information anymore? What I like about AI now is you can ask it so specific of a question. Like before you'd be like, okay, I'm having too much pitta, what do I eat in the Ayurveda? But I can ask AI, I'm having too much pitta, but I'm a high carb, low fat vegan with no oxalates. And I'm just like, I'm throwing lists at him, gluten free, organic. And then he's like, okay, wow, all right. In the context of that. And then he's telling me, like all the things that I need to worry about, and it's so much more dialed in. That's what AI is good for. It was just giving me some really good advice and things that I was eating that were too fiery. And so like it was a long conversation. I already made a video about it. And so summing up his knowledge, I used it, and for the next like 2 weeks I've been doing it. And like all the itchiness in the legs went away and I feel like the pitta is calming. I'm no longer like burning hot. I'm not getting the itchy redness. It's like, okay, this is working because AI said it would. But if you just Google a list of like pitta pacifying foods, you're getting all this gluten, dairy, everything. So it's like you skip all that nonsense and just ask a direct question. And it's like this internet is now thinking for you, weeding out the bad results, and still he mixes in little lies here and there. For example, we're talking about like how I just did this flax oil experiment and my skin's a bit drier. It's like, that's weird, huh? What's up with that? And he's like, oh, it could be because too much omega-3 and the 6 is low now. And it's like, okay, you might want to balance that. And he's saying, like, I told him I got these tiny forehead bumps. They will be the death of me. And like, how do I fix that? And he's like, you know what? You want rose hip seed oil for that. And I'm like, okay. And so like, I asked him if that was safe during the day, because they say you don't want vitamin A on your face, makes you photosensitive. You go out in the sun, you burn worse. And he's like, actually, you don't want to use rose hip seed oil at all. The tiny forehead bumps might be yeast and that feeds them. Whoops. So like, I almost bought rosehip seed oil based on his first lie. And I was like, okay, but you just said that would help. He's like, well, it depends what those bumps are actually. And he rationalized it after. He's like, if the bumps are due to dryness, then yeah, this would help you quite a bit. And slew off with the vitamin A. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. But if it's not, if it's the yeast, then you want squalane. I was like, what the hell is that? Sounds like an ostrich otter hybrid, doesn't it? So it's like, I don't know what that is. It's derived from sugar cane, apparently. It's like a MCT oil. I'm scared to use it, but he said it would be good. But it's just fun to bounce these theories off an artificial intelligence that can access information that Google is hiding from me now. So it's like, he's saying up the zinc a bit. I'm like, okay, how do I do that in the context of a high carb, low fat? And he's like, okay, here's what you do. And it's interesting and fun. Like I was doing workouts and we know I went high carb vegan and then I went fruitarian and I was really low protein. I'm losing strength for sure. And I'm like, asking AI, how low can I go with protein? Like, come on. There's high carb vegans with muscle. And I'm telling them all this, and it's like, they don't eat much protein. You've seen them, right? And he's like, okay, I hear you. The bottom end, you don't want to go below this 0.45 grams per pound. I was like, that's pretty low. You could do that. And he's like, the sweet spot, you might want to be up like 0.55. I'm like, that's still pretty low and not bad. So he analyzed it, and I agree. And I'm having like roughly that amount, and I do feel strength returning to me. But what I love is he's telling me why these high carb, super low protein athletes are maintaining some muscle. And it's mostly due to the fact that carbs spare protein. You'll never have to turn protein into sugar. So like as long as you're constantly topped up on glycogen, you spare muscle loss. And also when you're on super low protein, you end up recycling amino acids much better. So it's like you could get by with less than the mainstream recommends. And so like we're learning, and like I love having these little very specific conversations. And like while I'm rebounding, I'll type something in and then start jumping, and I'm reading his responses, and I'm exercising, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Okay, didn't think of that. And I'll ask a follow-up question, and it's interesting. You can't do that in the old world of Google. It's like you're directed into these algorithms, whereas AI is like a conversation with a human that lies just like other humans. And then, but you still have to use your own discernment. You can't, okay, AI said this. Like he already lied. You have to think for yourself, but it's giving me interesting experiments to try that are like logical and science-based. So it's like, then we might get to the top of some mountain. I should warn you, you can't just ask AI a basic question. You're not going to get the best result. It's going to give you quite a mainstream result, I think. You have to ask very specific questions. See, it's already giving you, like, this is super high fat. That's not going to heal diabetes. DASH diet. I remember that from back in the day. It's actually, oh God, it's not even vegan. How dare you? Low carb, like, those are the options it's going to give you. You notice how it didn't give you the actual fix, high carb, low fat, to heal insulin resistance. So you have to use it with knowledge in mind. You have to ask it better questions like, hey, I thought that a low fat diet was better. Like, what the hell is your problem? And he's like, gonna say, okay, fair question. Yeah, okay. And he's not gonna agree. How dare you? That's a trap. I'll trap your mom. So it's fun to ask AI these very specific questions like, okay, I'm looking for a sauce and it's got to be nightshade free. There's no salt in that thing, low oxalate, obviously. There's no flavor whatsoever. And he'll be like, well, that's a lot of restrictions, but here's what I would do. Like, these are very flavorful still. You just blend rice with bread. That's not going to work. It also has 7 known carcinogens. Sometimes AI, he withholds this stuff. If you consume this sauce, it may shut off your aortic valve. That's fine. So like, I was asking him, what's the best sweetener with the most antioxidants? Because you want high antioxidant to sugar ratio. You don't want refined white sugar. That's not good. So he tells me, he's like, you know what's number 1? Blackstrap molasses. That's your one. And I was like, okay, isn't that high in melanoidins and the Maillard reaction chemicals? He's like, yeah, it's actually the highest in that. Sorry about that. Was that important to you? You got to get specific with AI. He's not going to tell you everything. So like, if I would have said that, like with the least amount of heat processing chemicals, and he was like, okay, honey is actually your number 1 now. You might want to get some maple syrup. That's also, it's a bit high in the Maillards, but like whatever. So you got to think. You can't just be dumb and type something, okay, follow AI mindlessly. So let me know what AI tools you use. I'm mostly just using Google Gemini, probably the most brainwashed one, but I don't know what my alternatives are. It seems fine. I know Grok, you're bad news, man. I told him I'm gonna leave. I gotta speak in code, but I was like, you know, those things people sometimes get poked with as they walk into certain buildings. Those aren't good, you know, and I can prove it. And I posted all these links that prove it. And he's like, you know what? That's fringe beliefs, and the popular consensus is that they are beneficial to mankind and they're perfectly safe. And I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch. You didn't even read my links. He's like, there's no connection to this or that. I'm like, goodbye forever. So like some of it's programmed. Ideally, you would train your own AI model, just feeding it Doug Graham books and stuff. And it's like, okay, this is the real truth. Don't get corrupted out there, buddy. And he'd let you know. I don't even know how to do that, but some people do it. So let me know your tools down below and your programs and your stuff, how you use AI. I'm interested to try some stuff. I'll be leaving after you thumb up the video. You could thumb it down if you use AI to tell you how to clean yourself because you're just hopeless and lost. Remember the skills of being a human. You know how to cook. How much pressure should I use to chop a piece of celery, AI? Can you do it for me? Sure, just download the Knife app, place your phone, and live in the real world sometime, asshole. And donate Bitcoin. It's real, I swear. Subscribe for me,